Hello and welcome to Cambridge Car Audio. My name is Ardil and I'm really proud to introduce another one of our installation videos to you guys. What we've upgraded is a Range Rover Evoque with a massive full DA sound system. However, you can't see a thing. That's why this customer's selected us. So what we're going to be doing is talking you through a little bit more about how this system has been put together as well as the system itself. So one of the key problems that this Range Rover, or all Range Rovers have for that matter, as well as we're finding the same in the Volvo range as well as Jaguars, is you're getting a lot of resonance coming from the doors. You're getting a horrible rattle coming from your front and rear doors, as well as across the whole vehicle. The other thing is a lack of bass coming from the system. We're going to talk you through the problems and why they occur. So we'll start with the rattling. That's basically because of how the door cards have been put together, as well as the speakers that they use. It's just done poorly, and that's why you're getting the rattles. That is all being completely corrected on our installation. Second of all is the lack of bass coming from the system. They do have a factory sub, and this vehicle actually was equipped with the Meridian system. If you own this system and you're watching this video, it's because you're probably disappointed with the Meridian system. And there's loads of flaws of it, but this is the main one. As you turn up your volume, what's actually happening is the bass is actually decreasing as you turn up the volume. Whereas generally as you turn up volume, you'd expect bass to increase as well. And that's now how this system works. What that requires and how we can do that is using a product called an LC7i. It has a little bit of software within it which allows it to use what's called AccuBass. AccuBass allows us to recreate the bass curve, allowing for a full bass transfer in terms of when you turn up the volume, your bass actually increases as well. So it sort of recreates what's coming out of the factory head unit and gets it to how it really should be. So that's all been done, all carried out within our workshop facilities in Cambridge. If you are interested in something like this, we work by a consultation basis. It's completely free of charge, but we'll sit down with you and design and spec the system to exactly how you want it to sound and also how you want it to look. We go through everything in great detail with you because we believe it's your investment. We want to do the best thing we can in terms of the installation, but what we want to get it exactly right for you. So that's why we go through everything during that consultation basis. You have a listen to a system or a couple of systems that we've got going on at a current given time, and then we'll decide and show you products and actually put the products in your hand. Let you touch and feel what you're going to be buying, because when we're done with it, normally everything's hidden away behind factory grills. So we're going to start off in the door cards. So what we've done is completely soundproof the door cards. What we do is we use the 3 Mille skins layer, which basically goes inside the door card, and it really reduces all your resonation. And how we apply it is all professionally as well as really neatly, so if anyone does take it off, it looks the business. But in terms of the solution, what it does, it reduces rattles, and we're actually doing an install next week which is just soundproofing. So if you want to just get rid of all the rattles in your vehicle, skin soundproofing is the way to go. So feel free to get in touch with us if you want to go down that route as well. But that gets carried out. We've used about 40 sheets of soundproofing in this vehicle. Yes, it does add quite a bit of weight if you're looking into a system like this. However, the difference in terms of the audio, keeping it all inside the vehicle, absolutely massive. So when you open up the doors, yes, it's nice and loud if you want it to be. However, when you close the doors, close the boot, keep it all concealed, all the audio stays right within that vehicle. Makes for a really nice sound stage, but also gets the right audio inside the vehicle, but also you don't need to be blaring down the road. In terms of that's inside the door cards, now we're going to move over to the front of the vehicle. In terms of the tweeter, these are on show on this particular install, but we can change that if you didn't want that on your setup. So we're using the Audison VOCE AV1.1 tweeter, an absolutely incredible tweeter that we use generally in majority of our installs. It's really nice sound, but also a very affordable price as well. In terms of the mid-range that we've gone for is a Mille Legend mid-range, which is a 3-inch mid-range which has gone onto the factory location behind the Meridian grille. And then we've used a Mille Legend 6.5-inch woofer in the door. Adds loads more depth to the door, to the front of the vehicle, and giving a really nice, clear centre soundstage as well. So then we've also got what's called a DRC. What a DRC is basically a controller which is linked to the processor, which we'll explain in a second. That controller basically allows us to have 4 presets. So we can have different presets completely customizable to yourself. One can be central focus, one can be driver focused, one can be rear focused, and the other one can be a different style of setup. So we can change each and every parameter of your setup in terms of frequencies, time delays, in terms of where we want the sound stage to be. So a really, really cool system, and we do this day in, day out, and we've actually got a full DA system in our demo car as well. So you can come listen to that and we can show you all the benefits of going to a full DA system. So that's basically the front end. Everything's been soundproofed, all gone behind existing grills except from that tweeter, and the DRC controller is not taking up too much room, and basically you use this system off your factory head unit. You play your music as though you would normally. There's nothing different, you just have an incredible sound now. So the rear speakers we've actually left as factory on this system, but generally we also upgrade those too, because it really gives an overall feel from the back, but that can be done at a later stage if you wanted to. But we'll go through all of that with you in your consultation. In terms of the boot, so this is where the show is. So what we've got in here, we've got the LC7i mounted on the left-hand side of the paneling in the boot, again hidden away. We've also got all the fusing there, so it's nice and serviceable if anything happens. One of this customer wanted, one of the key things wanted a bit of a showpiece. So we've done that. So what we've done is basically, in terms of the amplification that we're running what's called a fully active system. It means each channel of the amplifier is running directly to a speaker. So we've got a 10-inch sub, which is actually custom made in terms of it's sunken in slightly, and we've got some pretty lighting around that as well, giving a really nice custom effect. And then we've got two Audison VOCE amplifiers. So what I mentioned before is this is a full DA system. What that means is rather than an RCA link between amplifiers, it's a fully digital link. It's actually a Cat5 cable that links the two amplifiers and the processors together. So the amplifiers are Audison VOCE 5.1K HD. The HD is the important bit because that allows, because pre-made already with the Cat5 outputs from the amplifier. And then we've got an Audison VOCE Quattro. That Quattro isn't a DA amplifier, but what we've used is what's called an AV bit in. What that basically allows us to do is change out the RCA connectors and put in the Cat5 adapters, which means we can create a full digital link between the two amplifiers and the Audison processor. So in terms of the boot build, it's all Audison. It's an Audison Prima 10-inch sub, Audison Bit One as a processor, two Audison VOCE amplifiers. Absolutely incredible sound, loads more depth coming from the front end, and we've got a really nice tight bass from that 10-inch sub. So it's all completely custom made, and it's all covered actually by the factory false floor. So if you opened up the boot, you're not going to see anything. It looks completely factory. You use your car as though you normally would. However, if you did want a showpiece, take off that cover and you've got an absolutely lovely finished piece there. So you've got the sub in the center, two amplifiers on either side, and the processor just below it. Looks absolutely stunning, and the real quality of it is it's all reversible. So this can all be taken out and moved to your next vehicle. So the raw product that you're buying, you're actually retaining. It's not like a factory upgrade where you have to give the car back and you don't see any value back from that when you sell the vehicle. So if you don't keep your vehicles very long, you can still have a system like this and still we can make it completely reversible and move it to your next vehicle. So that's basically a general overview of this particular system on a Range Rover Evoque that we've carried out. If you're interested in something like this, feel free to get in touch with us and sit down with us, and we'll design and spec your system to exactly how you want it to sound. So thank you very much for watching our very short video on a Range Rover Evoque, the sound system that we've upgraded. Thank you very much, and we look forward to upgrading your car soon. Thank you.